Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is written for intermediate English learners. Support the channel and become a member. You can find the link in the description box below. Ready? Let's get started. B1, B2 English Story. Working in the City. Jenny woke up to the sound of her alarm clock buzzing at 6:30 a.m. She stretched and glanced out of her bedroom window at the grey London sky. Another busy day awaited her at the office. She had to go to the office twice a week. She quickly got ready, dressed in her smart business clothes, and grabbed a quick breakfast. By 7:30 a.m., she was out of the door and heading towards her local tube station. The commute to central London was always crowded, but Jenny had got used to it. She squeezed onto the Northern Line and found a spot to stand, holding onto the rail as the train swayed through the tunnels. She used this time to check her emails and read the latest news on her phone. By 8:15 a.m., she arrived at Liverpool Street Station and walked to her office building. At 8:30 a.m., Jenny was at her desk, starting her computer. She worked as a marketing coordinator for a large financial firm. Her first task of the day was to prepare a presentation for the weekly team meeting. She enjoyed the creative side of her job, especially designing slides and coming up with new campaign ideas. By 9:30 a.m., she was ready and headed to the meeting room. The team meeting was led by her manager, Paula. She was a strict but fair leader who valued everyone's input. Jenny presented her ideas for the upcoming social media campaign. The team discussed it, and Jenny noted down the feedback. By 11 a.m., the meeting had ended, and it was time for a snack. Back at her desk, Jenny spent the next few hours working on her tasks. She updated the company's social media accounts, responded to client emails, and coordinated with the design team on a new project. At 1 p.m., she took her lunch break. She and a few colleagues decided to go to a cute nearby cafe. They chatted about their weekend plans and office gossip. By 2 p.m., Jenny was back at her desk. The afternoon was filled with more meetings, calls, and paperwork. She had to review the budget for the next quarter and ensure that all the planned campaigns stayed within their financial limits. This part of her job was less exciting, but she knew she had to do it. At 4:30 p.m., Jenny took a short break to grab a cup of tea from the office kitchen. She returned to find a new email from a client needing urgent changes to a project. She worked quickly to make the changes and updated files before the end of the day. By 6 p.m., she felt a sense of accomplishment as she shut down her computer. The commute home was just as crowded as the morning, but Jenny didn't mind. She read a short story to pass the time. She enjoyed escaping into a different world. She reached her flat by 7 p.m. and immediately changed into her comfortable clothes. After a simple dinner, she spent the evening relaxing, watching her favourite TV show and chatting with friends. By 10:30 p.m., Jenny was ready for bed. She had a quick shower, brushed her teeth, put her creams on, and climbed into bed, ready to do it all again the next day. Now, let's go through some of the vocabulary we have just read in this story. Accounts. Accounts are records of financial transactions or a profile with a company. For example, she updated the company's social media accounts. Alarm, or an alarm clock, is a device that makes a loud noise to wake someone up. Sarah woke up to the sound of her alarm clock. Creative. If you are creative, you can think of new and interesting ideas. She enjoyed being creative. Design. To design is to create the look and function of something. She coordinated with the team to design a new project. Escaping, or to escape, means to break free from confinement or control. She enjoyed escaping into new worlds by reading books. I was a little bit tongue-twisted then. Financial. Anything financial is related to money or how much money is managed. She reviewed the financial budget for the next quarter. Now, in a lot of companies, they divide the financial year up into quarters. So that is what is meant there. Grab. To grab is to take hold of something suddenly or quickly. For example, they grabbed their coats before they left. Leader. A leader is a person who directs or controls a group. They lead them. The team meeting was led by her manager. Budget. A budget is a plan for how much money you can spend. She tried to stay within her budget. Client. A client is a person or organisation that receives services. She received an urgent email from a client. Feedback. Feedback are comments about how well or badly someone is doing something. She noted down the feedback from her team. Gossip. We talk in the story about office gossip. This is informal chit-chat or talk about other people's private lives. He knows all the office gossip. Input is information or ideas given to help make a decision. Her manager valued everyone's input. Paperwork. Paperwork is written or printed documents. They're often used in offices. Her afternoon was filled with meetings, calls, and paperwork. Responded, or to respond, is to reply or react to something. She responded to client emails. Squeezed, or to squeeze, is to press or force into a small space. For example, she squeezed onto the crowded Northern Line tube. Stretched, or to stretch, is to extend your body or a part of it to full length. She stretched when she woke up. You stretch when you do yoga or Pilates, for example. A task. A task is a piece of work that needs to be done. Her first task of the day was to prepare a presentation. Nearby. If something is nearby, it is close to a place. They had lunch at a cafe nearby. Presentation. A presentation is a talk or display to show or explain something. She prepared a presentation. Review. If you review something, you look over it or examine it again, you check it. She had to review the budget. Smart. If something is smart, it is neat and stylish in appearance. She dressed in smart business attire. Attire is another word for clothes or outfit. Strict. If someone or something is strict, they demand that rules are followed closely. Her manager was strict but fair. Towards or toward means in the direction of something or someone. She walked towards her office building. The Tube. The Tube is the name that we call the London Underground, and it is the Underground Railway System. Most of the time, people will say, I'm going to get the tube to Chiswick. They wouldn't, they do say it, but you'll hear tube said more than underground. I'm getting the underground. You would say, I'm getting the tube. She took the tube to get to work. Updated or to update is to make something more modern or current. She updated the company's social media channels. Urgent. If something is urgent, it needs to be done now. It requires, again, what is wrong with me today? It requires immediate attention. She received an urgent email from a client, so she needed to reply to it now. It was urgent. Valued or to value is regarded as something very important. Her manager valued everyone's input. And finally, within. Within means inside the limits or range of something. She ensured that all campaigns stayed within their budget. Well, we hope you enjoyed this lovely English story, even if I did trip over my words a little bit during the vocabulary explanations there. But at least you know we are real people. Thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Get productive and check out our language learning productivity packs on Etsy. Use code YouTube10 for 10% off. You can find the link in the description box below. See you soon.